Good morning, students. Today we are going to study about the probability, and for the next exercise, first let's understand what is an event. Okay, so for an event, see, look here in the downside in your screen. It is written here simple event and compound event. So here, look here, sample space S is given HH, HT, TH and TT. So this is the sample space when we throw two dice. Okay, when we toss two coins, then we get this sample space. Okay, so any subset of this sample space, this is a set S, which is written here, this is a set. We can take any subset from this. Okay, so any subset made out of this sample space will be called an event. Okay, like here we have written for simple event, we have written e1, e2, e3 and e4. Also in compound event we can see that if we throw three coins, we can have we can have a sample space, and out of which we can have multiple events, like it is written E equal to HTT, THT, TTH and so on. Okay, so any subset of sample space is known as event. Okay, now what does it mean by event? So look at here, compound event here it is written is exactly one head appears if we give some condition, and out of which we get some sample space. Okay, so that smaller sample space out of larger sample space, that becomes your event. Okay, so this is called our event. So what is, now we let's talk about occurrence of an event at the top of your screen. So when we say if we say some condition, and that condition is satisfied within the sample space. Let us say we have in your mid of the screen you have S equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6. When we throw a die, either of these six terms we can get. Now if we say that we want an even number, so either 2 can come, 4 can come and 6 can come. Okay, so this, if we called that we want an even number, we can get 2, 4 and 6. So this event has three elements, 2, 4 and 6. So now we can say that this event has occurred. Okay, now let's see for another condition. If we say that I want 7, 8, 9 or any number which is larger than 6. Okay, so if we throw a die, we can't get except 1 2 3 4 5 6, no number we can get. So that what we say that this event has not occurred, Okay, so that means, look here, I have highlighted here the event E of a sample space S is said to have occurred if the outcome omega of the experiment is such that omega belongs to E. If the outcome omega is such that omega does not belongs to E, we say that the event E has not occurred. Okay, so this is called occurrence of the event. If it is inside the E, then it is occurred, unless it is not occurred. Now let's talk about the type of events. So impossible event and sure event. If we say that, I just told you the example of finding the number 7, 8, 9, any number of that. So if it is not possible, it is not possible to get 7, 8, 9, so this type of event are called impossible event. Okay, now if we say that I want any number which is between 1 to 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, any number out of this, so that means whatever it comes, you are in win condition. So this is called sure event. That means definitely you will get some one of these. Obviously you can't get out of 6, so this is called sure event. Now let's go talk about simple event. Simple event means the event has only one element. The event has only one element, as it is written here: e1 equal to hh, e2 is equal to ht, e3 is equal to th, e4 equal to tt. So these events are called simple event. That means if you say that I want to throw 2 coins and I want heads on both the coins, so this there is only one condition, na? H and H. Rest 3 are not involved in this one, so this will be simple event. Now let's talk about compound event. So if you want some event and there can be multiple elements in that event, that type of event is called compound event. Like we have here E, F and G, it has multiple events here. Okay, so this is called compound event. Now let's talk about algebra of events. First of all, we have complementary event. What does it mean by complementary event? That means if we have a sample space, here S equal to written here and A is written here, so the complementary of A will be all the element of S which are not in A. All the element of S which are not in A will be called complementary of A. So A and A dash, here it is the complementary of A will be called not A or A dash. So complementary of complementary event simultaneously will give you the sample space. Here look, here in downside it is written A dash and all the elements of A dash has been written, and A dash will also be equal to S minus A. It is also will be equal to S minus A. Now let's come to event A or B. If we say that if you want some condition, okay, and the element can be possible in set A or set B, then this is called event A or B. Okay, it can be possible in A. The element can be possible in A, can also be possible in B, and can also be possible in A and B both. So this type of event is called A or B. Now A and B, the next is event A and B. For this type of condition, the element should be present in both the sets, set A and set B both. Okay, so this type is called event A and B. Now event A but not B. Event A but not B can be written as A minus B. That means we can have all the elements of A which are not in set B. Okay, which are not in set B. That means we have to exclude all the elements of set B and we can have all the elements of A. Now let's talk about mutually exclusive event. What does it mean by mutually exclusive events? That means if we have two events, they have different elements, okay, and two events which does not have any elements common. If we have two events which does not have any element common, then that type of event are known as mutually exclusive event. Like here it has written here A is equal to 135 and B is equal to 246. Now look here, 135 A and B is have 246. In these two sets no element is common, so these two sets will be mutually exclusive. Now in the downside, here we have 135 and B is equal to 1, 2, 3. Here we see that we have element 1 and 3 common in both the sets, so these set A and B will not be mutually exclusive. Now let's talk about the next definition here, exhaustive event. What does it mean by exhaustive event? Let us say we have two events or more than two events. It can be possible for either two events also, and can be also be possible for more than two events also. If we have two events or more than two events, and those events simultaneously gives you the total sample space. If those events when united, they give you the full sample space. Look at the example here. A is equal to 1 to 3, B is equal to 3 and 4, and C is equal to 5 and 6. If you do union of A, B and C, A union B union C, what do we get? 1 2 3 union 3 4 union 5 6. And if we do the union of all these events, we will get the whole sample space, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6. So this type of events are called exhaustive event. That means all together these events will give you the sample space. So this is called exhaustive event. So this is for all today. Thank you.